Kingdom Hearts? More like Kingdom Farts. Oh, this game makes me down bad. I mean, look at this shoddy. This game is unlike any other. It combines Disney with Final Fantasy, and for some reason it works. Seeing Cloud Strife interact with Hades is like seeing Attack on Titan crossover with the Avengers. It's already a thing. Square Enix really pulled this off. The story successfully manages to blend Disney with anime. The story begins like any other. Sora and his two best friends Hikari and Riku want to leave their home island. They build a raft that looks like shit, but before they head out, the island gets invaded by some Heartless. Riku turns edgy. I don't even know what the fuck happens to Hikari. Sora eats shit, but while all that's happening, Goofy and Donald are looking for King Mickey, but they gotta look for Sora first because back at the island, Sora receives the power of the Keyblade. Then mad shit goes down like...
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Then Sora wakes up in Traverse Town, meets Leon and Yuffie from Final fucking Fantasy, gets into a couple of gang fights, and then run into Goofy and Donald. They team up and they have to save the world. Some Disney villains make their own Legion of Doom. It's fucking stupid. We got your boy Jafar, Oogie Boogie, Captain Hook, Jeff Bezos, etc. Maleficent wants power or some shit. She basically controls the Heartless and needs Sora to cut the shit. So in order to save the world, Sora, Donald, and Goofy must travel to different Disney worlds to lock up the keyholes and search for their friends. This video isn't meant to go in depth into the story because it's meant to convince you to play it so you can experience it yourself, you fucking pussy! This is one of the best things about Kingdom Hearts. Every world has its own magic. Although they're on the smaller side, that doesn't affect the enjoyment. Neverland, fly around with Peter Pan. Halloween Town, Sora turns into an emo girl. Atlantica, you literally become a mermaid, and it fucking sucks. The control stinks so much I can smell it from here. Wonderland, everything is confusing and I still don't get it. Deep Jungle, you're literally swinging from vines because monkey. Olympus, got you fighting in 10 fucking tournaments just to restart it 20 times because this game is fucking brutal. I can go on. By the way, Halloween Town is the best, and if you disagree, kill yourself. Something I said to myself in the first hour of playing this game is, what the fuck do I do? It could get confusing at times, and when I say at times, I mean all the time. For every level except Nightmare, I had to look up tutorial after spending half an hour trying to figure it out. So yeah, fuck me I guess. The enemies come in a great variety, but that doesn't excuse them from being total cocksuckers. We got the basics of the bunch, the Heartless, then it just gets annoying. There are these guys called large bodies that throw themselves at you. These flying black devil creatures called Invisibles are harder than my cock, but they're not as bad as the bosses. I swear to God, I'll put a bullet to my brain if I can repeat any of these motherfuckers. The very first real boss you fight is this big black creature. You fight him on the island, yeah, blah blah blah, no one gives a shit. After a couple more battles, you start to notice gimmicks. Some of these gimmicks are cool, like the boogeyman has you fighting on a roulette wheel, or how Maleficent flies around like a total jackass. But some are just pure awful. For example, the Little Mermaid. You got some big fat pussy bitch fucking you up while repeating the same voice line over and over again, and she's giant. That's the gimmick. I did this battle 8 fucking times and I counted. Fuck you, Disney, you suck. At first, Sora's controls feel bland and basic, but as you go through worlds, you gain new abilities and combos to make combat not as dreadful. It actually becomes one of the best parts about the game. It's super satisfying swinging your Keyblade at enemies. Doing aerial attacks feels so fluent, like if this is what the game was meant for. The ground attacks are decent, but nothing compares to the aerial attacks. But jumping's only fun in combat, because of platforming fucking sucks! You jump in the air while you're moving, and when you land, you pause for 5 whole years before you can take another step. Jeez man, this one thing turns the game from an amazing one to a great one. At least later on, you gain the ability to glide across the air, which makes platforming all the better. But it didn't stop there. Square Enix, I can't even say that company's name without thinking about how they fucked me. The camera angle isn't all that, it's kind of booty. Sometimes I don't even know where I'm looking, especially in the fight against Black Sora. The camera's on the same level as Sora, and I just don't understand why. I try to move it higher, but it automatically goes back down. It just makes traversing all the more difficult. Anyways, melee attacks are cool and all, but what about mixing that up with some magic? Fireballs, ice, lightning, curing, etc. As you progress further in the game, your magical abilities will also expand a lot. You'll gain the power of summoning, which is pretty much summoning a Disney character to help out, like Genie. He constantly spams magic attacks in battle, etc. This is one of those games that gets a lot better as you progress. I never stumbled across the part that made me fucking tired of it. It always kept me engaged, with anger or enthusiasm. Now we all know Square Enix can't make a normal fucking game, so we have stats to worry about. HP, MP, Strength, Defense, AP, whatever the fuck that means. And with stats comes every non-RPG fan's worst nightmare. Grinding. This game has you grinding so much. If you want to stand a chance at beating any of the later bosses, you gotta grind. I barely grinded, but at one point I knew I had to, and I was like... I nearly cried myself to sleep that night. You also gotta be aware of what weapons you and your teammates are using to make sure you can last more than 5 seconds. There are these gummy ship sections that give me despair. You do it every time you travel to a new world for the first time. It's like an arcade shooter, but without the fun. They're long, drawn out, and take 3 minutes. I feel like an hour, especially when you die. That shit fucking sucks. The gummy ship you use can be modified to be better, but it's kind of fucking complicated. Yeah, you have a lot of creative freedom, but I don't give a shit. That's mad fucking work to do. I'm gonna have to deduct some points for that. But besides a horrific gummy ship, booty camera angle, questionable dialogue,
You're stupid!
Jasmine!
Huh?
Kid, I got 2 words of advice for you.
You fucking n-
there's also great combat, fun levels, various enemies, weapons, characters, beautiful music. Listening to this is like having an orgasm for the first time. Kingdom Hearts is a game that I am so happy to have played. Even though the game is incredibly difficult, that doesn't make it bad. It makes you bad, you little fucking pussy. I can confidently say I love this game. Even in school, I was like, man, I can't wait to go home, jerk off, and get on Kingdom Hearts. With all that being said, this game gets an A-. Absolutely beautiful.